So Walt Disney once said, "To all that come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here, age relives fond memories of the past, and here, youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world." Obviously, it's certainly what it's been because many of us know Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and also it's a place that we've all grown up going to. But not too many of us know the detailed history, the original ideas, as well as the overall success of the park. Because I have a lot of family who live in California, so my whole life I've grown up going back and forth from here to California, and I've been to Disneyland about 13 times, so I kind of have like a really big appreciation for it, and I'm sure we all do too, like we all love Disneyland. So, initially Walt Disney did not intend Disneyland to be what it is today. At first he just wanted like a small park where families and local workers could just go and relax and have fun. But he specifically remembers one day he shared with the public sitting in an amusement park with his children and observing the other kids complaining about how boring the rides were. He specifically remembers the parents being bored and just wanting to go home because it was completely filthy. And this sparked an idea in Walt Disney's mind, wanting to create a place of fun and adventure for not only kids but adults as well. And one of his main goals was for it to be completely clean. One of his biggest pet peeves was filth. So, however, as he was starting the production, World War II put it on hold, and this caused him to think about Disneyland and obviously produce what is Disneyland today. The original 8-acre idea completely was out of the picture, and it turned into 160 acres from a lot that he purchased in Anaheim, California. And he also paid off families to move because he like knocked down their homes to build the park. So the construction of the park was very expensive, and it cost about $17 million. But he didn't have financial means like outside like his own resources, so he used his television station, and this also introduced the public to Mickey Mouse and all the characters, and got the public really more anticipating for the park. So construction of the park started on July 21st, 1954, 1 year before the anticipated opening date. So now it's time for opening day. On July 17th, 1955, the most anticipated theme park in the U.S. opened. Over 6,000 personal invitations were sent around the country, and 28,000 ticket holders stormed the park. However, it was later discovered that a lot of those tickets were fake. I guess people just like started making their own tickets. However, opening day didn't go as planned. There was a crazy heat wave that happened in California around the same time, and temperatures rose to 110 degrees, causing pavement to actually like get really gooey and I guess melt, and people lost their shoes in the pavement. And so that caused people to leave, as well as a plumber's strike that was taking place. So there was very few working restrooms and water fountains, and this almost caused the destruction of the park itself, because nobody wanted to go, obviously. But the park eventually did pick up, obviously, as it's known today, and 10 years later, 50 million people were recorded going through the Disneyland gates. Okay, so Disneyland carries many interesting facts and a lot of things that people don't know. So, for example, this mannequin, her name's Tilly. A lot of people think that like the fake characters in Disneyland and the names that you can see on the walls are just like random names that he put in, but a lot of them are people who influenced Walt Disney in his life, as well as in the production of the park. So people in the Haunted Mansion, like the characters in that, a lot of the rides are actual people that Walt Disney knew. A lot of people know about this one. Walt Disney had 3 different apartments located in Disneyland, but this was his favorite one, and it's in Main Street above the fire department, and they keep his lantern on always, even like when the park closes, in memory of Walt Disney. Okay, so when Pirates of the Caribbean first opened, the skeletons in the ride were real, and eventually they obviously realized it was like unethical, and they gave Walt Disney said that he gave the skeletons a proper burial and purchased prosthetic ones, but the skull above the captain's bed is still real. There are trash cans located every 30 steps around the park because Walt Disney, one of his like biggest pet peeves was filth. So there's always a trash can. Gum is like never going to be sold in the park because he hated seeing gum splattered on the ground. Also, people always think that the good smell at Disneyland is coming from the different food vendors, but there's vents located all around the park that set out an aroma. There's a whole underground tunnel system under Disneyland that take the different workers to just like pretty much just different offices and dressing rooms and stuff like that. There's also a whole Hall of Fame, or like Room of Fame underground. It's a Small World is, I guess, considered to be haunted in a lot of the workers' minds because there's been a lot of brutal deaths that have taken place in this ride, like hangings, and a guy he like drowned in there and a lot of stuff like that. So now that we've gone over some fun facts and some creepy facts, let's look at the success of the park. So today, Disneyland is Disneyland as well as the other different Disney theme parks are the most sought out and successful theme parks in the world. It has 8 different like sublands within the land and with rides in all of those. So along with the different like the success of Disneyland, also came the emergence of Disneyland hotels, Disney parks and brands, and of course Walt Disney World and Universal Disney parks around the world. So Disneyland itself is estimated to make $1 million a day, and is worth about $57 billion. So it's a long shot from a simple 8-acre park. Okay, so in conclusion, now you guys know all you need to know about Disneyland, from its history, its interesting facts, and the overall success of the park. So, from starting out as an idea for an 8-acre park, that now a $160-acre billion success, Walt Disney's statement, "Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world," has proven itself to be true. Thank you.
Any questions?